The Chinese space program recently completed a major milestone with their Tiangong space station. The third and final manned research module was successfully docked to the station, bringing it up to full operation. Following the Tiangong's completion, the Chinese Shenzhou 15 spacecraft arrived to complete the first in-orbit crew handover, with a total of 6 taikonauts living and working on the station for the first time. By this point, we're all pretty familiar with seeing people on the International Space Station, so we have a good idea about living in space. However, life for Chinese crews on the Tiangong is unlike anything we've seen before in human spaceflight. So, let's take a look at what they've been working on up there in space. This is the Simplify Science. The Tiangong now consists of 3 modules forming a T-shaped space station that orbits around 400 kilometers above Earth's surface. The Tianhe is the core command module, first launched in April 2021. The Wentian experiment module serves as a combination of crew quarters, research lab, and airlock, added in July 2022. The Mengtian module, a twin to the Wentian, functions purely as a research and experiment space. The first thing you'll notice about the interior of the Tiangong is that it looks spacious and wide open, especially when compared to the ISS. Tiangong has a very minimalist, modern design. Interestingly, the outside diameter of the Tiangong modules is nearly the same as the ISS modules, about 4.2 meters, 14 feet across, so the difference is in the volume of internal space available. There are a few reasons for this. 1. The ISS modules are typically shorter, with more connection points that create bottlenecks in the structure. For example, the Destiny Lab on the ISS, the primary operating facility for U.S. astronauts, is 8.4 meters, 28 feet, long, while the Wentian and Mengtian modules are both 18 meters, 59 feet, in length. Secondly, the technology on Tiangong is much more modern and compact. Many systems connect wirelessly instead of requiring a labyrinth of cables like on the ISS. Traditionally, much of the technology on Tiangong is hidden behind plain white panels when not in use. Whether for functionality, aesthetics, or secrecy, this design choice helps make the station look clean and modern. Spacewalks have become an exciting feature of life on the Tiangong. There are 3 of China's own EVA suits on the station, kept in the Wentian airlock. Spacewalks are aided by 2 robotic arms. The Tianhe module has a 10-meter arm, and Wentian has a 5-meter arm. What's really cool is that the 2 can combine into one single 15-meter arm. This setup comes close to matching the 17-meter-long Canadarm2 on the ISS and, in some ways, is even more useful. The 15-meter arm was recently used in a mid-November spacewalk, where the crew installed intermodule connection devices, essentially a series of handrails that will allow them to easily traverse the exterior of all 3 modules. As for the crew's experience inside the Tiangong, one standout feature is the abundance of footholds mounted on the floor. While ISS crews often float freely, the Chinese seem to prefer keeping their feet on the floor, often strapping in instead of floating. Even in group photos, they always stand upright. The crew sleeps in bags inside one of 6 bunk areas, small alcoves with curtains that provide privacy. 3 sleeping quarters are located in the core module and 3 in the Wentian module. While the station standard crew count is 3 people, it expands to 6 for a few days during crew handover periods. Life on Tiangong appears to be quite comfortable. The crew is growing fresh lettuce and vegetables onboard and receiving fresh fruit supplies like apples. Tiangong even boasts the first space microwave. The Galan's aerospace microwave oven, developed in China over 10 years, is a significant advancement. Unlike the ISS, which lacks a microwave due to high power consumption, Tiangong's space microwave can heat a meal for 3 crew members in just 7 minutes. It had to be specially designed to operate on low power and endure the stress of launch on the Long March 5B rocket. Exercise is crucial for maintaining health in space. Like their ISS counterparts, Tiangong crew members must exercise at least 2 hours daily to preserve muscle mass, bone density, and prevent fluid buildup in the head. The station features a treadmill and cycling station similar to those on the ISS. However, the newer Chinese equipment is smaller and more integrated into the station's design. For resistance training, the new Mengtian research module is equipped with a rowing machine. This differs from the ISS resistance machine, which allows astronauts to perform squat and deadlift-like movements with up to 600 pounds of resistance. A rowing machine is likely a more compact and efficient alternative. The primary mission of the Tiangong crew is conducting research and experiments to expand our understanding of life and the universe. With the addition of Mengtian, the station now houses 23 experiment racks and 50 external platforms for experiments exposed to space. These racks enable research in ecology, biology, fluid physics, combustion, materials science, and varying gravity effects. The Mengtian module also features a specialized airlock system that allows crew members to prepare experiments inside, then transfer them outside automatically. Robotic arms or spacewalking astronauts can then retrieve and attach experiments to the station's exterior. The same system can return experiments inside the module for further study. The next planned addition to the Tiangong station is the Xuantian module, a robotic space telescope capable of operating both docked to the station or independently in orbit nearby. While still in development, the telescope is expected to have a 2-meter diameter primary mirror, a field of view 300 times wider than the Hubble Space Telescope, and a 2.5 gigapixel, 2,500 megapixel, camera. Over 10 years, it aims to image about 40% of visible space. Beyond this, China is considering further expanding the Tiangong. Wang Slong, commander of the space station system at the China Academy of Space Technology, recently stated that an extension module could be added to the forward section, creating a new docking hub for future space vehicles. Notably, China has a backup Chang'e core module, initially built in case of a launch failure, which could be repurposed to create a cross-shaped station. Expanding Tiangong could enhance international cooperation. As of 2023, 9 international research projects in collaboration with the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs and the European Space Agency are set to arrive. However, due to Tiangong's relatively small current size, it is unlikely to host many international crew members. An expansion could change that. One country that will not be involved is the United States. The Wolf Amendment, which prohibits Chinese collaboration with NASA and prevents Chinese astronauts from visiting the ISS, also forbids American astronauts from engaging with the Chinese space station. That's what life is like aboard the Tiangong. It's been somewhat difficult to piece together details, as Western media provides little coverage, and language barriers make it tricky to decipher available information. Hopefully, you've learned something new today. If we missed anything, let us know in the comments. Join us every week for more updates on aerospace and interstellar exploration. If you enjoyed this, give the video a thumbs up, it really helps us out. Subscribe to the Simplify Science for more videos like this, with one long-form essay and one news update every week. If you want more, we have 2 more videos on the screen for you right now.